So anytime I want to, watch this, the cart is the coolest thing around. It exists in virtual memory, okay? So say I'm doing this particular order, and instantly I get a phone call, and somebody's like, hey, can you quote me on a such and such? And I'm like, hey, just 1 second, I just have to take this phone call. And you come in here and you type in something like fork. Say you sell forks. Looks like I've got about 15 in stock. That's $21.50. They're gold plated. Yeah, no problem. Like whatever you need to do, you literally can bounce away and it doesn't make a bit of difference. And then if I want to, what I do is I just come back to view cart right here. I'm right back to where I was working at any point in time. If I wanted to change some of this, oh, you know what, scratch the mustard. I could go 0 like this, hit update cart. Mustard is now completely gone. I just have ketchup and cheese. Okay. I can also remove things from here if I don't want to actually physically manipulate different things. You can go in, if something's not descriptive enough, say they want to double pickles, you could go like this, which would be pretty easy. You could say, let's change this to 2, or you could literally go like this and say something like this. Okay, we're going to go do double with juice, you know, whatever, okay? I'm just being silly, but basically you add it in there and all of a sudden it automatically becomes part of that little piece. So this is just in the cart mode. Nothing exists. So if I were to walk away right now and I forgot to check out, nada is happening. It's all in virtual memory. And so that's what allows you to just kind of bounce around and do whatever you want, okay? So currently I don't have any customer assigned to this or anything, but we've just been playing. If I wanted to choose a customer, I could just say, hey, cool, I'd like to choose a customer. All the information is still there, it's just hidden right now, okay? I'm just kind of swapping between the quick mode versus the other mode, if that makes sense. What else would we like to do? Are we ready to purchase this? You got your bottles and a sandwich. Sure. Great. So we're going to hit checkout. And how would you like to pay for this?
Credit card.
All credit card?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We'll just hit credit card. We'll say we'll make the payment. I wonder if I still have it in there, and I may. No, I don't. Let's do this right here just for fun. I have to go back and get that little thing to grab it. Let's pretend that we're going to pay for it just slightly different, okay?
Cash.
Cash. And you can split it too if you wanted. So say we did cash, boom, create invoice. It'll actually calculate your difference here too. So somebody's like, hey, here's $70 for my deal. It actually says, oh, looks like I'm going to owe them $292. Okay, it'll help you figure out change due if you happen to be in that type of environment, type of deal. You could also split it. You could also be like, hey, I'm going to go 50 on a check. And it already says the remaining amount is $17.08. How would you like to pay for that? Oh, $17.08, and I'm going to do it this way. So you basically can add as many different payment types as you want. Like, it literally is what we call a one-to-many relationship. Like, say, for instance, you have a bigger ticket item like a vehicle or something. Well, it's very possible that you might be paying month after month after month after month after month after month, 6 years worth of payments or something like that, you know. Like, so it's a one-to-many, it's expandable. That's totally just a tool, or at least what it allows you to do. So I'm going to do this, and then we're just going to say that this is cash, and we'll say create the invoice. Click. So now, this is invoice number 100. It grabbed the next number above my last one, which was 99. And I now have this, and this. And look at all my line items are hidden. If I wanted to, and I wanted to actually see those pieces, I could either say edit, which would take me into show every single thing, or if I was back and I'm right here and I said printer friendly with hidden line items, or save as PDF, or show the line items, or like there's tons of options that you can do. Here's all of the different little hidden, but you can basically hide and show depending on what you want it to do. So it basically allows that invoice to collapse or expand as needed. If you wanted to, and you're like, they don't even want to see this, all they want to do is just pay the general thing, you could say, just do the summary. Okay, it looks like you owe me $67.08. It doesn't even show any of the line items. It's basically like they all exist, but it's all, once again, kind of a view or kind of like smoke and mirrors, so we can kind of hide that type of stuff. So. Any questions? We went through full circle there. And guess what? If we wanted to do amber bottles again, we've already done the part piece, so it exists. So if we wanted to add a new PO for that, it'd be pretty fast. You guys want to time me? Stopwatch? Okay, literally, this is a stopwatch. What is the goal before we go? And I will build it for you. Who wants to run the stopwatch? I'll have Heather. It's just that start, that stop. Okay? Let's figure it out first. We've already got a vendor in there. We've already got some parts in there. Okay? And we want to build a PO. Let's kind of figure out what we want to do, and then when we say go, I'll build it. I'll bet you it'll probably be a minute, 2 minutes, max. Maybe less.
What if we just do 50 more? Like we just
50 more?
50 more?
Well, I happen to know this cool link called Duplicate PO, and I can have it done in about 10 seconds. No, I'm okay, so watch this right here. Okay, just for fun, and say it was something repetitive like this.
Okay, I marked this up. Go.
Okay, I'm gonna go last. PO, go get it. Say I didn't even know what the number was. There it is. I'm gonna say duplicate it, and I'm gonna say 1. That's great. Looks good. Duplicate. Oh. Okay. What is it asking me for? Let's see what it said. Check the extended cost. The value must be numeric or keyword auto. Ah. Man, that wasted tons of time. My new PO is 43. Sorry. How long?
38 seconds.
I'm teasing you, but like there are tons of tools, and like that was kind of cheating because I used the duplicate PO piece. But to recreate that exact same thing again, we'll do it from raw this time, okay? If you want to reset, we'll just do it, okay? I'll just walk through. Do you guys want me to talk you through it or just do it?
You are going to explain this in detail later.
Absolutely.
So then just do it.
This is still a demo. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so basically, let's say I'm at the home page, wherever we are. Okay, I would probably use the quick search and either type part of the vendor number or say new PO. Okay, which way should I go? Do I already know the vendor or do I want to just
New PO.
Okay, so I'm going to type in the word new and then I'm going to make sure to click PO, hit go. It says, oh, who's your vendor? And I'm going to say, I know it has part of bottle in it. Awesome. Create PO. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Some sort of text or whatever. And how much is this one? This one's also $53 or is this one $50?
This one's 26.
No problem. $26. Items are yes, they are in my position at the PO. I now have a new number. It's 44. I already know that it's called 1OZ. Whoa. 1 ounce amber bottles. How many of these do I want to add? Are we doing just the $20? Or
Oh, okay,
26?
so let's do.
It already pulled the cost in. We already said the cost
It was
If
$1.
we wanted to change it, it would change it, but it automatically it would.
28.
28.
So we
So
bought 28 of them.
okay, no problem. So then I would have to know what the cost is.
Well,
Otherwise,
it'd be still the same cost because you have to have some shipping.
Well, you said it was $26.
Oh,
Yeah.
So maybe do 24 of them.
Oh, 24, excuse me.
okay, no problem. 24. Bam, bam, bam. It already pulled in all the rest of the pieces. That was already preloaded because we did it the last time. We click this. We come down. Okay. It looks like I must have not entered the PO amount. No big deal. How much shipping do we have?
$2.
$2. Okay, so I'm going to go receipt quantity and 2 and freight and just type in a quick little. Actually, we're going to see if we can skip that. I'm just going to say add the line item. I have to do it.
Just go shipping.
We add this in. So my total running the line out amount is 26. However, it's saying, it's giving me a message right here. My main amount doesn't match my line item amount, okay? So how would I fix this? I have the PO. I technically could go sell it. It physically exists, but I can't pay for this, and I can't verify it, and I can't do a bunch of things because there's a disconnect. My math doesn't match. This one says 0, and that one says 26. How do I fix that? Cheerio, I know you know this answer.
Let's go to our main PO home page, edit name, I'm sorry.
Click. edit main, we come down here and it says, hey, just so you know, the sum of the line items is currently 26. And so I go, oh man.
Correct, right?
Oh, you know what? Here's what I did. I put it in the wrong field. I actually typed in a 26. I happened to put it in the wrong field. Minor detail, piece of cake. I'll just fix that. I'll just say 26 and the actual invoice was XYZ or blank. Okay, I put it in the wrong field. So that was just a little fat finger thing. No big deal. I hit edit the PO. All of a sudden it's happy. No check math. It allows me to go to a printable version. I can basically say, cool, here's my PO that I can, it's done and over with. I just manually just recreated that same exact PO. Does that make sense? Awesome.
Can you do it one more time, but without, it's not going to be in your possession?
Sure. So are we talking like an order or just it's not going to?
Yeah, I won't get it. I'm creating a PO, but it's not going to be here for 30 days.
Okay, so what I would do is I would actually create kind of like a request and say, I want this and this and this and this and this, and then they don't really exist. We'll do that right this second, okay? So this is what we call, and these are all, you can name these things. So I call it received order. If we wanted to, we could call it whatever we wanted, actual, you can name your different PO types. Where I can tell right now, just as soon as you start answering questions, we're no longer doing a demo, we're kind of doing but it's great. I want it to actually go like this, okay? This is perfect. What we're gonna do is instead of doing a received order, we're gonna put it under a different PO type, which basically says, hey, I won't physically track your real quantities. Matter of fact, let's go and make sure what we have under the amber bottles as far as their total quantity. We'll do this other one and it won't physically attach it to that quantity because it's kind of like, hey, you said this doesn't really exist yet, okay? But I just want to show you that difference. So what let's do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to go, actually, I can get there really quick. I'm going to go edit line items and I'm going to go right to this particular one and it's going to tell me my quantity, 104, okay? That's the current quantities that we have for this particular amber bottle. We have 104. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new PO. I could type in new right here and PO in the quick search and it could do it. I could go to the PO homepage and there's a button that says create new PO. I could go to the vendor and say, what's the vendor name? Oh, specialty. Like I already know who this is. That's a shortcut. It saves a whole step. But there's a ton of different ways that we can start this.
Where's the purchase order homepage?
Perfect. Check this out right here. Take a look at your map. And it'll say purchase orders, POs. That is the PO homepage. So watch this. PO homepage, it actually says, hey, wow, look at all these other ones that we did for specialty. It's listing our activity. And this is a running 30 days. If I wanted to extend it out, just for fun so you guys can see, what if I said, go grab everything I've done in the last year. Once again, this is just a play site. I guess 12 is technically before that, huh? Okay, here's 9. The top ones happen to be specialty. So at this point, what I can do is there's a nice big old button here. If I land on the PO homepage and I want to start this way, I can click on this big old button here. All it does is it says, okay, who's your vendor going to be? But if I were to use the quick search and I said, I already know who the vendor is, I can shortcut a couple steps if I wanted to. We'll do it this way. Okay, create new PO, and I happen to know that part of the company's name also has COMP because we had company. It doesn't even have to be the first, last, anything. It'll do kind of a flexible search for you, and it pulled up COM. That's what it searched by, and it found a company that actually had that in it. Okay, perfect. I click the little link that says create the PO. Okay, so this is very important, and if you're doing POs, I'm going to highly recommend that you read this help file. Every single page has a help file, but there's a spot in here that talks about the different PO types. There are 5 of them, okay? Basically what it is we use this PO as a tool. This is an inventory tool, but depending on how you do it, is this an inventory update? Hey, I'm just counting quantities and I just want to count for shrinkage and business, or is it real? Am I just doing a request? Am I doing a build? So a build is totally different. That's like, I've got all these amber bottles and now I'm going to fill them with something and now I want to sell it as tincture XYZ.
Or like the hamburger with the ketchup.
Correct, so that's a build and sell. Okay, that's a recipe, but you can also do a build and hold. okay, I'm gonna take 10 of these amber bottles, I'm gonna mix them with X number of ounces of this, and X number of ounces of this, X number of ounces of this, and I'm gonna end up with this cool thing that I'm gonna call Orange Crush, okay? That would be a build and hold, that's on the PO side, you're actually manufacturing stuff, okay? And you can prep that. But, okay, we kind of got off the subject, let's back up just so we know exactly where we're at, okay? We searched the vendor, and I searched by COM, and I said, let's create the PO. Right here, the PO type, this is very important. We have to flip this, okay? We're gonna say a request. And basically this is just our order request. It's not tied to inventory right now, but it may be later on. I can flip it if I actually, once I get this product or depending on what I get, okay? And if you wanted to change the date, you can easily change the date if it happened to be a certain thing. And we'll just say, ordered some product. Okay, so basically at this point, because this is a request, I'm gonna have to say, I don't even know. Like, and we could even build this on the fly, like if you're like, I have no clue how much this is. I'm probably gonna order some of this and some of this, some of this, some of this. What you do is you leave it blank, and then you go fix it at the end. You do one of those little bottom things, okay? You basically say, I don't know what the total value is gonna be, okay? So, say you were literally looking through a catalog and you're like, oh, some of those, and some of those, and some of those. There's no way you're gonna know what the total value is. So you say, you stay 0 until I'm ready to come back to you. Okay, I've ordered everything I want. One little quick edit made, and I'll send update that. It's like, oh, cool, I'm happy now. But otherwise, if it's not happy, it'll constantly be like, I'm missing a piece. Like it purposely stays out of balance to help you know that it's out of balance. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. So at this point, this is all we have to do. It's a request instead of a live one. And I'm going to say I don't know what the value is. And I'm going to say add the PO. I get a real live number, 45. I get a real life search form. I don't get quite as many options. It's like, hey, why don't you just do some searching and we'll see if we can help you figure things out. We can still add new products, even if they don't exist, and they can be pulled into this process. But this little thing, this PO type, there are literally probably 5 different types. You have live, you have a request, you have a special, and another special. And the special ones allow for mixed vendors. Like that gets into like if you're doing homogeneous inventory type stuff. Like you're like, I'm ordering from Nestle, but I don't want to call this Nestle water. I just want this water. I'm going to pour it in a big giant container, and I'm going to get it from Nestle and Albion, and it's all going to go in a big. That would be what we would call a special. Like you just want to do water. Okay, it's a generic product, but it might have mixed vendors so that you can still build your PO, but it's not vendor specific. Okay, so we have this. I was talking about some PO types. The other ones we have are the builds and the updates. So I guess we actually have 6 PO types. Right here, we just need to add it. So there's a thing at the top or the bottom. It doesn't matter where you're at, depending on how long it is or how you're scrolling. It just allows you to quickly add something. I'm just going to kind of even put in a part of the part number, the product number. It's called 1OZ amber bottle, all squished together. I just put VER. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay. For this particular site, it just came up with our little piece, right? I can just click on add as a basic line item. And how many of these are, this is interesting because we're in request mode. Look at this, grayed out. I can't actually even put anything in the live quantity. That's live. That actually, that counts to your inventory. Okay, so requesting, how many are we requesting?
10.
10, no problem. So 10. And is it still the same cost or did it change? Or
Same.
Perfect. It's literally this easy. So at this point, what I have is I'm starting to build it and saying, hey, my current cost would be $10 at $1 a piece for 10 of them. My math is off. Is there anything else you would like to order on this particular order? Okay, so I'm going to, just to make it happy, watch this. I'm going to go to the PO homepage and you'll actually see a frowny face. You know how I say happy? We physically will put a frowny face if it doesn't match. Watch this. Go to the PO homepage. So this one right here says, hey, I'm just still a request type thing, but if I try to go to printable, it's like, nah, it won't do it. if it was flipped to a live one and it didn't match, it would literally have an unhappy face. It's kind of funny. It's just like a little flag. It's kind of, I'm missing. It's still a request, so it's kind of, hey, you're just still kind of playing in quasi land. I'm not super worried about you. But okay, here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna edit the main, and we're gonna update this cost to now $10. That's the total value. And it tells me what the sum of the line items is right there off to the side. We're gonna say edit the PO, and now we are happy. This is now ordered. What I'd like to show you is these 10, they exist in the ordered status, but not in the actual thing. So if we go and look up this particular thing, I'm hoping we still have 104 of them, not 114. Okay, so let's go check it out. So I'm going to use the quick search again. I'm going to click on product. And I'm going to actually search part of the description this time instead of actually the part number. And so as part of the, did I put anything special in the description that wasn't in the, I think it's basically the same, isn't it? I think there's a period at the end. I'm just going to try it. I'm going to go bottle dot. Oh, it didn't like that. So I'll just kind of flip it back to bottle. 1 ounce amber bottle, specialty bottle company. And here we go. This is basically the little piece. It currently says I have 104. The 10 don't even count because they're currently on request. Okay. Perfect. You guys want to click on any other button? I'm going to need to get a drink here in a second.